I received a Revit model this morning, so I thought I would share my workflow in cleaning them up to use in 3ds Max. So I'm going to import okay, got sidetracked there. I'm going to import the scene assets. So let's go here. I'm going to import the updated Revit model, and just for an example, I'm going to import the entire model as one piece of geometry. This is my third attempt. The first two Macs crashed for some reason. Combined as one object. I'm going to not bring in the daylight camera. Even let's bring materials. So okay, let's see what happens. It's a pretty small model, so this should be relatively quick. Almost there. Okay. I'm going to delete my lights. So as you can see, this is one model. So I first discovered Sinai tools because of their free forensics. Awesome. Use it on every project. So I ran it, and it shows that there's 15 empty layers, which I know. So I'm just going to delete those. Don't need them right now. Missing files, Autodesk materials. It's a Revit model. So there's not much I can really do with this. It's one piece. Now, often I get models like this. And, back in the day, I would systematically go through and start moving things to where I need them. I would select poly. I'd find out what ID the siding's on. I would select all of it, detach it, create a layer. Time consuming. This is a pretty small model. It may take me, a couple hours. Sinai has a suite of tools that helps me. So the Ignite layers by materials. That's not going to help right now because it's basically one layer. If I come in here, if it's one material, if I come in here and select it, you'll see that it's just one material with all these material IDs. But what I can do is use their mesh and poly. I can attach by layer, attach by material, but I can also explode by material. So I'm going to pick that. So it's going through the model and it's selecting the material ID and it's detaching it. So now when I pick that siding, it's all detached already. Beautiful. Okay, that's good. But now I have to bring each material element onto its own layer, so layer by material, and voila, it's done. So that siding now lives on the siding layer. That glass now lives on the glass layer. So what would have taken me a couple hours took me a couple minutes. So that more than justifies its annual subscription on one small project. There's a ton of other materials or plugins here also. I use the flip normals often. Attach by layer. So let's say I bring in a model and each piece of glass is its own element. I would highlight that layer. Right now it's one, maybe there's 100. I would highlight that layer, attach by layer, so it'll take every single piece of glass and make it into one piece. And I want one piece because it speeds up the viewport performance. I can manage the model better. There's normals is a great tool. There's so many things in here I haven't even touched. What I found is, so when forensics was working so well for me, and it became part of my workflow, I knew they made other plugins. So I was like, okay, what else can I do? And so I started to see. So I had a series of toolbars with scripts I found online that worked. I may go through 10 different scripts and find one that actually works, but it works. Max becomes very unstable. The menu crashes at least once a month for me. I have to delete the ENU file, lose on my customization. It could take me a day to rebuild things. But I found out that almost everything I was using in those toolbars can be found in the Sinai suite of tools. So not only, upgrade Max, half the plugins or the scripts I use in those toolbars don't work. It may take 6 months to a year for that company, the developer, to even update them if they do. If they don't, I have to spend time finding a replacement. Sinai Tools, everything is in one package. They update it. They're not going out of business. I'm not going to go to the web page one day and it's gone. So that saves me time. While this is open, let's see what else I can show you. Well, you know what? I may leave it for another day. There's so much stuff here. One thing, material, I can pick this and it'll tell me which ones are material or Autodesk, and they're all Autodesk. I do have a script. It's a paid script that converts those. Yeah, I can try the built-in one for V-Ray, hit and miss. But again, I just reset my ENU file and that toolbar is gone, so I have to reload it, and put that tool back where I can just one click and it converts the Autodesk materials to Revit or to V-Ray materials. Missing files, they're all missing. So relink and archive. Again, I had a plugin that did this. I'm no longer using it because I can do it within Sinai. So pick a path. So let's I know most of them are there. Relink. Missing a few. Let's say I scan the entire directory. I can repath all those to my project folder. Copy. Repath it all to my project folder. Really quick and easy. Another one I use almost every single time. So now when I scan this, you'll see it goes down from I have 4 missing materials. So if anything, I would get the forensic tools. You'll find you cannot live without it. I hope that helps.